Coaches, here's a way that you can guarantee that you're going to succeed in this business or anything that you're doing for that matter. It's also a common thread between every successful person, no matter what it is that they're doing, whether it's Beachbody or something else. It's just a life thing. So here's what it is. Get on the game plan, execute it, test it, and what you learn from the experience, you learn from it, right? Then you go out there and you test and you execute again. You change things up and you test, you learn. Change things up, change up the game plan, tweak, modify, then go out, test again, and you repeat. You go back and forth, back and forth. This is something that all of us already intrinsically know this, but we don't practice it in our daily lives, many of us. So here's the shortcut to all of this. You're plugged into this team, and in this team, there's a mix of people who haven't really made any success yet. Some have made a little bit, and then there's some that have made a lot of success. We even have a top 10 elite coaches, right? So learn what the successful people are doing, and that's your shortcut. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And by the way, that's a clue as to like a big failure for a lot of people as they don't stay connected with their team. They're not taking the shortcut. If there's a shortcut, that's what it is. It's leveraging the intellectual acuity of others who have been there, done that, figured it out, created a ton of success, and now they're willing to teach you. And there's a lot of people in that scenario that wants success for you even more than you want success for you. It's true. So you learn from them. You execute on that. You test it out. You learn from the experience. So you're learning from other people, but then you're also learning from how you apply it. And that is like the mother of all learning. You're reading books. You're doing your personal development. You're going to seminars, attending trainings, but you're always in massive action every day. There's a lot of smart people that know a lot of stuff that are completely broke and don't have anything to show for it. In other words, there's a lot of educated derelicts, and they typically work for the high school dropouts, right? It's the action, but to make the action more effective, you learn. So you're executing the plan, you're learning from it, you're changing things up based on what you learn, and you repeat over and over and over again with that shortcut of always being connected to your team and learning together. That's how you can look in the mirror and guarantee yourself. You can say, I'm going to bet on you 100% guarantee. I'm going to make this thing a success. And you can do that in life in general. It doesn't have to be this Beachbody thing. It can be anything. So hope you got a ton of value from this. I'm sure you did. And just so you know, I've personally sponsored coaches that created success. They got it, found something that was working for them really well, but because they weren't willing to keep modifying and adapting to how, society changes, what they were doing that used to work no longer works. They weren't willing to constantly test and learn from what was happening. They quit. To me, that is lunacy. That's like quitting is the ultimate way to rip yourself off. There's plenty of people who do that. There's people who never create any success, and instead of learning from the feedback, they quit. And there's some people that do create success, but things change and they don't want to change. They're stubborn, so they quit. So most people, regardless, when the going gets tough, they break down and they quit. Best way to rip themselves off. Most people rip themselves off every day, and their families. It's true. The few, when the going gets tough, because the tough gets going for everyone. But what separates the few from the masses is when the going gets tough, the few will break down and break through. They will figure it out. They will learn, and then they'll change things depending on what they learn. Then they'll go out and do it again, and then it may still not work, but they'll continue the learning process, and they'll hone in, they'll craft it, they'll get it, and eventually, bam, they got success. But then circumstances change, culture changes, who knows what changes. And what used to work doesn't work anymore. So then they're constantly growing, and that growth never stops. That back and forth between learning and doing never stops. The people that it stopped for, those are the people that quit. Even the people that created success at some point, they stop learning, they will quit because things change. That is a constant, that things change. So success in life, this isn't a Beachbody thing, this is a life thing. Success is really truly reserved for people who are going to constantly, personally grow themselves by both learning and doing. Not one or the other, but constantly back and forth learning and doing. Perhaps the biggest life lesson I could share with anybody, okay? Share this with your teams, take it to heart, really do it. And I've got tons more training, including lots of social media training, because that's what I'm best at, on my website at fireyourboss.xyz, not .com.xyz, fireyourboss.xyz. Share this with people you think would get some benefit from it, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.